Hey guys, Silverhead Maniac here, uploading another Yu-Gi-Oh video. Today was ARG States in New York. My friend Steve here, he came first. What was your matchups?
I played 5 Cosmo players. I 2'd all of them except for one. I played 1 Magic Spectre 2-1, and I played 1 Teller Knight 2-0.
And what were you playing, Steve?
I played Fluffals.
He was playing Fluffals, man, and this deck is insanely broken. I saw this man have like 8 cards like in his hand at one point, and it just like ended the game soon. So let's just get into it. Yeah.
I'll just try and explain the cards. 3 dog, because it's the searcher of the deck. It gets its effect anytime it's normal or special summoned from the hand.
What does he search?
He searches any Fluffal monster or Edgem Sabers, the scissors, which you use to make Tiger and Wolf.
Alright, that's cool. Alright.
3 Edgem Chain. When this is sent to the graveyard from the field or the hand, you search for your Miracle Fusion of the deck.
Oh, that's nice. And they're all level 4s, so...
Yeah, well, these are 2 level 4s.
Yeah.
And when this declares an attack, you can add another copy of itself from the deck to the hand in case like you're playing against a slower deck like Tellers. But you can't use both effects in the same turn.
How much deck is he?
1200.
1200? Oh man, which was bigger?
Yeah, which was bigger.
Can I do a video from my channel after?
Yeah. 3 bears.
Yeah, 3 bears.
A bear, you send it from your hand to the graveyard to set Toy Vendor from your deck to your spell and trap card zone. You play 3, so you see it a lot, because now Wings is really broken, so you usually split Wings. And
you can just flip it up too, there's no restriction. You can just flip
yeah,
it.
you can just flip it because it's not a trap card. So you can flip it at the same turn.
Alright, those are
and this other effect is, I used it once today, while it's on the field, you contribute it to add Poly from your graveyard back to your hand.
That sounds insane.
Yeah, but you can't use both in the same turn, like Chain.
Yeah.
3 mouse. It specials 2 more from the deck, but you can only special fight for the rest of the turn. I just use it for fodder, and I think it's better than it's good for rolling up, especially against decks like Cosmo where they make you go first, and like you don't want to get OTK'd, so you just summon this and special summon 2 more. And the only thing that I'm scared about when I do that is them attacking with this Reform Girl.
Okay. You never feel scared about actually like drawing more than one copy?
There was once today where I opened 2 of them, but it's not even that bad because like it's like drawing 3 Reborn Tengu. But it's better because you can still fuse with these from the hand, so there's still names. And if you were playing any other Fluffal monster instead, they would be names anyway. So it's basically the same thing. And yeah, he's just good. He's just like, I don't know. I like the fodder. It's good. Helps you OTK with Wolf and stuff. 3 King of Swamp. People don't like this card, but I think this card's broken. Because you discard it from your hand to add Poly from your deck to your hand, or it can act as any of the monsters listed on the fusion. So it can act as any Edgem. So if you don't draw Sabers or Chain, you can make Sheep or Tiger with this guy.
That's really good.
Yeah, so
he copies the name, right?
Yeah, he copies the name. 2 Sabers. You use this. Basically, it's just a name. Use it to make Tiger and Wolf. It also has the effect while it's in the grave, you can top deck a card to special summon it from the grave like Play Spreader, and it really helps with setting up the Toy Vendor, so you know you're going to draw into a Fluffal. So
you never expect us to be good with Fluffals.
Has a Plague Spreader effect basically.
Yeah. And I only used that Play Spreader effect once today. You usually don't use it that much. Usually just banish it from the grave with the Miracle Fusion. 2 Wings. This is the reason why the deck is playable now.
Tell us how Wings works. This card, I read this card. This card's broken.
This card's insane. It's basically Pot of Greed and Rhoda for the deck, because while you control a Toy Vendor, which is a continuous spell that I'll show you guys later, but you can set Toy Vendor with Bear like I explained earlier. While this is in the graveyard, you don't even have to discard it with Toy Vendor. You can fuse with it. You banish this from the graveyard, target 1 Fluffal monster in your graveyard, banish that, draw a card, then send Toy Vendor to the graveyard, then draw another card. And when Toy Vendor is sent to the graveyard, you search for any Fluffal monster or Edgem Sabers. So it's basically like Dog effect, but better because you can search Dog with it, and then normal Dog, and then search anything else.
So it's basically like a +3, and then Miracle Fusion, and all that other stuff. It gets really nutty.
It's insane.
Yeah, it gets really nutty.
2 Fluffal Sheep. Sheep he's okay. I think he's good at 2 because while you control a Fluffal monster, you special him, and then you bounce back your Fluffal monster to special any Edgem from your hand or from your grave. A lot of the times, like if I'm forced to go turn 1 and I have this and like a dog and a way to make sheep, which is a really good hand obviously. You summon dog, search whatever, make the sheep, and then special this sheep from your hand, bounce back your dog, and special back the card, the Edgem you use from the grave. So you recycle your dog so you can use it again next turn. It's really good, especially if you need another search, or you can just like summon dog, fuse into something, and then with the dog grab like the vendor or like the bear to search the vendor, and then bounce it back, and the next turn grab the wing so you can do the wings play. It's good. 1 rabbit because he's only really needed at 1. When he's used for a fusion summon, he adds back a Fluffal in the grave. It's good for It's good for like recycling your dog if it's a slower game, or just adding more stuff to your hand so you can make Saber Tiger.
And rabbits limited.
Yeah, that's true. Owl, 1 owl because more than him bricks, and you already have the 3 King of the Swamps to search for Poly, so this is just another way to get the Poly. It's basically 7 Polys in the deck. You always search this if you don't have Poly in your hand, but you have a dog or vendor search going on if you've already used Wings. You always want to get this because you always want to have a way to get to Poly, because that's the way the deck, that's how you play the deck. And this also acts as Poly by paying 500 life, but you can't use both effects in the same turn. It would be broken if you could. 3 Dark Hole. This is only for
ARG format, yes.
In Konami format, I would be playing 2 Dark Hole and a Regeki. So
Alright.
it's
That's
just
like literally the only change.
that's the only change. I'll explain one more change, but this is one of the only changes. But this is good because you clear your opponent's board and then you just like OTK them. And it gets rid of a lot of problematic stuff. Like Necros a Unicorn fucks this deck really hard. So you need to have an
I mean, well, new format, like...
Necros are dead, so 3 poly, it's the heart of the deck. You know,
Necros
you
is
make all
gonna
your
be
stuff
tight.
with it. That shouldn't need to be said. 3 fight for fusion. This is the Miracle Fusion. It lets you banish from your hand to your side of the field. This lets you OTK like crazy. A lot of the times you just go Polymerization for Tiger, and then pop a bunch of cards, and then after they have nothing on board, activate this, banish all the cards you just used for Wolf, and he attacks as many times as you materials. So like, it's pretty nutty.
And it's only once per turn.
It's once per turn. If it wasn't, that'd be crazier. This card is the reason why the deck is playable too, because
This is pretty much like the little engine.
yeah,
You
it's
wanna
like a
explain
little
this to us?
engine. Yeah, basically it's searchable with Bear, so that's a good thing. And basically what it does is, when you activate it, you can once per turn you can discard 1 card and reveal a top card of your deck. You draw it, so you don't mill it. It's not activate. You draw it first.
Oh, you draw
But
it.
I just mill it because it makes it easier for my opponent, so they don't know I'm trying to like do any sneaky stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you reveal a top card, and if it's a Fluffal monster, you can add it to your hand and special summon any monster from your hand. But and if it's not, it goes to the grave. But even if it's not a Fluffal, sometimes you'll hit like the Edgem Chain, which is this guy, which searches like the Miracle Fusion. So like even if you don't hit a Fluffal, but you hit this, you're fine. Sometimes even if you hit a Polymerization, you're fine, because I'll explain why. And then basically, when this is sent to the grave, and from anywhere, you can search your deck for any Fluffal monster anywhere. You can search your deck for a Fluffal monster or Edgem Sabers. This is really good because in the finals, I opened up Bear and a Toy Vendor. So I pitched the Bear to set a Toy Vendor, and then I activated this using the Toy Vendor that I added in my hand, revealed the card. It was a Fluffal monster, so I got to special summon something. But even if it wasn't, you get the effect of this to search. So I searched the dog, normal summon the dog, and searched whatever I needed. So even if you draw this, but you have another way to set one, then and you don't have anything good to discard, like a chain or a wings, then you just use this for this, and then you got a free search. 1 Book of Moon. This should be a Vanity's Emptiness, but it's only a Book of Moon for the ARG format.
All right.
1 Galaxy Cyclone. I don't know if I should play this to 2. I was considering bumping this to 2 and cutting Rabbit out of the deck, but I feel like I need the Fluffal names. This card is good because it pops back row, and the reason why this is way better than MST in this deck is because if you brick, you can pop your own Toy Vendor with this to search.
Oh, okay. That's
So yeah, I was considering bumping it up to 2 for that, but I don't know. It's been working really well at 1, just a good one-off. So like you MST something, and the next turn if you don't have any good plays, you pop your own Toy Vendor, search your dog, normal dog, and you get your own engine going. And this card is broken. This card is Fusion Reserve. You add, if you have a Polymerization in your graveyard, you add it back to your hand, and you can add any monster listed on any of the fusion monsters. So that you can add this guy because he's listed on Sheep. You can add this because it's listed on Tiger and Wolf, and you can add this because it's listed on Bear. So you can search any of these, which is really good because when this is sent to the grave, you add your Far Fusion, when you can use this to search for Toy Vendor. So this essentially searches Toy Vendor.
It's basically like a mass charge.
Yeah, it's really solid. A lot of the times I don't even use it for Polymerization. I just use it to get everything else.
Yeah.
I'll do my extra quick.
Yeah. Only pretty simple.
3 Fight for Tigers. When he's summoned, he pops as many cards as were used for his summon. So if you fuse with an Edgem Sabers, which you need to make him, and 2 Fluffals, you get to pop 3 cards. And he also gives all your Fluffals 300, all your Fright Furs, the fusions, 300 attack for each Fluffal or Fright Fur you control. So he automatically comes out at 22, which is really good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's good. This guy's broken. I used him a lot today. This guy, you make him with any of the fusions and an Edgimp or a Fluffal. Any Edgimp or Fluffal. So he's really like diverse. You can make him push pretty much anything. When you summon him, you bring back any Fright Fur from your grave, so any fusion. So basically the fusion you use to make him comes right back to the field. If you use 3 materials to make him, which I do a lot against Cosmo, he can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. So Cosmo don't have an easy out to that.
He's 2,400?
And he's 2,400, but he boosts all the other Fright Furs by 400, including himself.
Okay.
So he automatically is 28.
Alright,
Yeah, and this card is the reason why I 2-0'd every Cosmo player today. Sheep's effect is he's an Armades, which means when he attacks or is attacked, your opponent can't activate cards or effects. So if you beat over any ship or anything that can't honest, they can't use the ship's effect to float. And when this is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon him back with 800 more attack. So
that's insane.
Yeah,
so
like,
pretty much you just go fuse to come back and it's 2,800 with the Armades effect.
So my opponent had a Slip Rider on board. I fused, I crashed into it, I took 300, I special summoned it back and attacked over Slip Rider. He took 500 damage, this is at 2,800, and he doesn't get the Slip Rider effect to float.
Yeah, that happened like 3 times.
Yeah, and if you make this and this, then this gives it another 400, so you can crash into anything and you can beat over anything because he goes to 32 when he comes
That's
back.
insane.
The towers.
Yeah, anything. 2 Wolf. Wolf can attack. Wolf is like Tiger, except he attacks the number of times that you used for his material. He attacks the number of materials.
One second.
Yeah. We good?
Here we go.
Alright. And so basically use this for the OTK. The OTK is you activate Poly, you fuse for Tiger, pop all their back row, and any monsters that are less than this, well Tiger gives him 600 anyway because you have 2 of them. And then you attack like a number of times with him, 1, 2, 3, 4. I used this to OTK a couple times today, but most of the time it was just like this. I usually just use these to control. But
That's DLS on crack.
Leo, I didn't make Leo at all today, but
What does Leo even do?
I don't play the card to make him, but you make him with King of the Swamp, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
And what he does is he's Volcasaurus, he pops a monster and your opponent takes damage, but he can't attack directly that turn. So the only reason I play him is because he crashes with the Fiends. Like if your opponent summons Vanity's Fiend on you, the only out you have besides Dark Hole and Regeki is summoning this and crashing. So that's why I play him mostly. And like I guess he can come in clutch situations to burn your opponent for game, but you literally only play this card to search out Bear with the trap card because you have to reveal a fusion, and he requires Fluffal Bear. So you have to search. It basically searches Toylander with the trap card. This card sucks, but I never summoned it. It destroys a monster and it equips the monster to it and it gains 1,000 attack. It sucks. I never use this card either, but I keep it there just in case. You summon him by using 3 fusions, 3 of the fusions to make him, which is a ton. But he's really good. He's an Armades and a Goyo. Because he steals the monster that he destroys, and he gains 300 attack for each, and the monster can come out in attack mode, but its attack is halved. So he's pretty good if you can make him, but like a lot of the times, when you have 3 of them, you don't really want to waste them on a Chimera. You just want to keep them on board. Cowboy for game. Dweller because it's Dweller good against. This deck has a 50-50 game 1 against BA, and this helps a lot. And 1 Castel because Castel's good for problem cards. I'll show my side deck real quick, but this is like something I literally threw together this morning. 2 Lancia for Infernoid, Cosmo, and
Necros.
And Necros if you happen to play any. 2 Maxi for BA, and like I guess Virtual Beast going second. I don't know. You don't really want to side this card going second. You want to side it going first. 2 Retaliating C for Shadals and Infernoids because Infernoids are super annoying and they auto lose this card. This card also hurts. This card also hurts this deck.
Necros.
And Necros if you happen to play Necros. 3 Flying C because this deck has a really bad BA matchup because their traps don't destroy. They all like banish or shuffle back into the deck. So you really need to stop BA. So definitely side 3 of these against BA and like and go second because this card destroys BA if they don't have Torguide. Even if they do, they can't make Dante. So 3 space because it's stable.
Yeah.
And 3 Decree because this deck only plays 3 trap cards and you can side out the decrees for whatever you want.
You know, just because.
Yeah, and that's it. So like you just against Tellers and like some Cosmo builds and some Klee builds, I just side in Decree and I just flip it and like they have 3 useless cards and I can just OTK them with Wolf. And that's it.
It's a pretty solid deck. I'd say it's
I'd say
I think it's great, man. Like you went 8-0 at New York State's
20-man locals.
8-0. There were about 20
man, one of 20-man locals.
So congratulations, man.
Thank you.
All right. So we're meeting here. Peace out.